What is up, T-Bird fans? Tom is back in the garage here, and today we're going to be talking about some basics of block inspection. You want to do these basic things. I know there's an extensive amount of other things that you could probably do for an engine block, but I want to talk about some basic things just because some of the new viewers or some of the people that aren't familiar with cast iron blocks or problems that they can have, especially FE motors, just sometimes miss out on this knowledge. So I want to show you, some basics of cylinder inspection, and then also talk about magnafluxing, which magnafluxing is a way of checking for cracks in all different types of materials. They use them for bridges and different tanks and things like that, mostly of ferrous materials because it runs a magnetic current through the material, and they dust on some, negatively charged, I think it's negatively charged, powder that sticks to the cracks and displays where the cracks are. So here we have our 390 FE block, and for FEs, they tend to have cracks that form down here in the oil galleys on either side, and also on the outside of the block by the water jacket and freeze plugs. But magnafluxing would be done by a shop because most of us do not have the $600 kit to do so. Maybe you know a friend that can do it for you, but usually it's around 50 bucks to get that done. The second thing you want to do is start looking at your cylinders, okay? So I have my handy dandy little flashlight here, my headlamp. The reason being is you don't want to go buy a bunch of parts like stock bore pistons and find out that you have something like this. So see down there, you can see a little bit of pitting, which is pretty common for cast iron blocks where the coolant permeates through the walls. But notice that large score in there. And that large score is from a piston ring getting seized in the land and scraping that wall out. Now, being a machinist prior to, I have a bore gauge that I ended up measuring the depth of that. That was 5/1000ths of an inch deep. The problem with 5/1000ths of an inch deep is if I were to run like a straightening hone through here, which I do have a Lissel one, it would not make that straight. The other thing that it would also change is the bore diameter. In order to get rid of 5/1000ths deep of a scratch on one side, I have to take 5/1000ths off the other. So that puts the bore out 10/1000ths bigger than its stock diameter, which you can't, fix that by slapping a forged piston, which I've done before, putting a forged piston into the cylinder. That way, the forged pistons grow and they make up a little bit of the piston to wall clearance. 10/1000ths is just too much. So what we have to do here is we have to send this block off to get bored over. That being said, a lot of times what people suggest is don't get too risky and take out too much of the bore. A lot of people want to get more displacement and get it closer to a 428, 427 and bore that baby wide open. But you're making the water jacket wall very thin. So I opted to go with 30,000ths overbore. I have the pistons that came in. They're hyper-eutectic, seal powered. At this point, it's time for me to break this down off the block and take it to the machine shop. So that's what's happening today. And I'm hoping to accumulate more parts here as I continue or try to continue to work on the rusty old engine bay here. There's just a lot of things that can be done in this engine bay for sure, as you guys would probably agree. But one step at a time. But today I just want to throw this video out there for you. If you're out there, it's fall, almost winter. It might even be winter now. A lot of you guys are probably breaking down your blocks that have been sitting out in the yard that you didn't get to over the summertime or the spring. And it's time to build now. So don't forget to check this video out. Don't forget to hit the like button, and hopefully this helped some of you guys out. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments, and if I can't answer them, I'll definitely find the answer and get back to you. Guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Later.